community. And what we've done is we've gone into the tools, templates, and prompts section or space group within the community. And as you know, we've got the social carousel library that's loaded with carousels that you can download and modify and share for yourself, or just come on here and do some learning. And this past week, we did a series on surveillance pricing versus dynamic pricing. And yes, you know, dynamic pricing, where let's say you go to Wendy's and it's based on demand, and burger Wendy's is worth X amount of money, and then you go during lunchtime, it's very busy, very packed, there's a high demand for the same hamburger that you want, and now that hamburger's $1 or $2 more expensive than earlier before it got busy. So that's dynamic pricing. I'm sure we're all familiar with dynamic pricing and shopping for plane tickets, shopping for hotels, concert tickets, and the like. And then there's surveillance pricing, and that's one that's really not fair. And we need to determine, are we being charged prices? Are we being watched? We're being surveilled and being charged prices according to what we're looking at, what we're doing. Are we being taken advantage of? How can we protect ourselves? Now, I recommend you come back into the community, go back to the social carousel, go through this series. It's really interesting. And in the Create an AI Defense Toolkit post right here, we've got the carousel, and I proposed a way that we can defend ourselves, where we can start tracking our shopping experience to determine if we are experiencing dynamic versus surveillance pricing. And we do it all in Excel. We build a spreadsheet because that's what we do. We rocket Excel. And we use a Spark prompting methodology. Specify your goal clearly, provide relevant context, add constraints or requirements, and then request any specific formats, and K, know your audience. So this is a Spark format. Request specific format or structure and know your audience. So let's go ahead and copy this prompt. When you come and check out this post, you'll notice that we got 3 different prompts. We got the first prompt to just build it, and then in case that it's not building the workbook just like I want, yes, that's right, Copilot in Excel is going to make the whole workbook for us. Then we've got Spark prompt 2 to repair and complete the workbook, and then we've got Spark prompt 3 to polish and upgrade the workbook. More than likely, because this is such a detailed prompt right here to build the workbook that we need, this is all that we're going to use. It's just this one shot. So let's go on into Excel. And earlier, before I recorded this video for you, I tested out the prompt. I went into Copilot. You'll see Copilot in Excel right over here. And that is the Copilot that comes with, that's Copilot 365. It's not the free version of Copilot. It's actually the paid licensed version of Copilot that comes with Microsoft, that you add on to Microsoft 365. This is the business edition that we're in right here. Probably something similar to what you have at work. You might even have a little bit nicer setup at work. And I used Copilot to build this specific workbook. And if you notice right down here, we've got different worksheets. We've got our Start Here worksheet, where it gives us an idea of what's going on with the workbook. Then we've got different sheets right through here. We've got, looks like we've got conditional formatting right up here. We've got filters are applied already. We've got banded rows. I mean, everything's looking really nice. We've got this dashboard. It looks pretty good. We could improve upon it a little bit to make everything a little bit more visually engaging. So let's go ahead and just open up a brand new Excel workbook. So I'm going to just press Control N to launch a brand new workbook. And to use Copilot in Excel, you want to make sure that you are saving to the cloud, to your OneDrive. So I'm going to press F11 because whoops, excuse me. F11 is the shortcut to build a chart. In case you didn't know that. So yeah, when you press F11, it puts your default chart in a separate workbook. Now you know by accident. So let me go right ahead, and what I wanted to press was F12. And F12 launches the old school save as dialog box. That's what I call it. That's how I like to roll, F12. And then I'm saving the workbook right into this spot. It automatically opened up to that folder because I was just there. And then this is the AI Defense Toolkit, and we're gonna call it version 2, V2. There we go. And let's go ahead and save it. And then now that it's saving up to the OneDrive, you notice that the autosave is on. And now we can go ahead and use Copilot. So let's go right down to our Copilot icon. Sometimes maybe you don't have it in the lower right hand corner like we do right here. So maybe you've got it, whoops. Maybe you've got to go to your home ribbon and let's see. Well, maybe you have it up here. And maybe your version hasn't upgraded yet, and so you still have it up there. But now we have it down here, so we can go ahead and click on it. And that earlier version of the workbook that I just showed y'all was built using Copilot, but it was built using Copilot. Let's see, GPT 5.5. So notice this. Let's close it. Let's go to Copilot again. I click on the Copilot pop-up bubble. Now we're in Copilot where we can go ahead and start entering our prompt right there. You can click on this drop down to allow editing. You can say allow editing so that Copilot can edit the document directly, and that's what we want. And this is when we just want to chat to Copilot. In this case, we want to allow editing because we want Copilot to build this workbook for us. When you look at these 3 dots right next to where you start a new chat or you close this one, we can go right ahead and click on the 3 drop down buttons. Now notice this is nice to know. When you see that shield right there, that means that we're working inside of the network and all our data is protected. Company information stays within the company graph. So I click on the settings drop down, and that original sheet was built using GPT 5.5. But look at that. We can also use Claude Opus 4.8. Let's try it out. That's a new one. Boom. And see what the difference is. Let's go ahead and paste that prompt right in here. And let's send it on in. Come on. Boom. And Copilot is working. You'll be able to see right down here what's going on as it starts to give us some results. And also, if you notice the spreadsheet, you're going to start seeing things start to be built. There we go. I'll build the complete AI Defense Toolkit. So it's step 1. Let me start by examining the current workbook. Step 2. Now let me build the workbook. So now we're going to, oh, look at that. Look at that. We've got the worksheets already put in here. All right, let's see what else is going on. Nice. Look at that. Putting some data in. And you'll notice that whatever worksheet it's working on, there's going to be all of a sudden there's a green dot letting us know that that sheet has pending changes. And you're going to start seeing them in all, see there? That means it's moved on to this one. It's now building in that sheet. And whenever you see these borders, these rainbow colored borders, that means that the Copilot is working actively. That's the colors of Copilot, by the way. Building our log right here. Hasn't started anything yet. But as you start to see the green dots appear, then that lets us know that we're working in there. All right, so let's watch it run. All right, let's take a look at all this. Looks pretty good, yeah? Here we've got everything is working. Look, we've got actual formulas. Actual formulas built in everywhere. It wrote the formulas for that. When was the last time you wrote a countif formula? Use that function. Let's see, what is this? We got countif again. We've got some charts. We've got banded rows, conditional formatting right here based on the risk level. There's a conditional formatting that gets applied. Compare tests. We've got formulas everywhere. Red flag scores, scorecards, encounters, logs, proper formatting, instructions on how to use it. Now this one looks a lot nicer than the one that was built for us by ChatGPT, and that's something that I've been noticing whenever. Sometimes it's nicer in Claude and sometimes it's nicer in ChatGPT. The key is the prompt that you're using, but however, I've been noticing that Claude seems to be just a little bit prettier when it comes down to the formatting. But what's most important though is the accuracy. And once you start checking out all the different formulas, once you start getting the results, then that's where the human comes in. That's where your understanding of Excel basics to make sure that these functions and these formulas that are in there are actually the correct functions and the formulas in there. So far, everything that I've been testing out has been fantastic, and it comes up with some formulas that, I might have done a little bit different, and you might have done a little bit different. Claude did it one way, ChatGPT did it another way, but we still got the right answers, and that's what really matters. As a matter of fact, I think AI formulas and functions and use of functions is a little bit cleaner than the way that I use it. So I encourage you, my friends, learn the Spark prompting methodology. Make sure you make nice prompts, and the better prompt that you give ChatGPT or your Copilot, whatever you're using, in this case, Copilot in Excel, the better results you're going to get. And like I always say, keep on learning. I love you. And most of all, don't get mad. Get skills.